The magical deception. The lobby of the Enchanted Horizons Villa Resort buzzed with the kind of manufactured joy that only Orlando could muster. Families in matching Mickey ears, kids clutching glowing lightsabers, and the faint scent of overpriced popcorn wafting from the nearby theme park shuttles. But for Evelyn Carter, 68 years old and standing silently behind her son and daughter-in-law, it felt like the prelude to a nightmare. "Listen here," her daughter-in-law, Sophia, snapped at the concierge, her manicured nails tapping impatiently on the marble counter. "We booked the premium villa suite. I don't care if there's a mix-up, fix it now, or I'll have your job." Evelyn's son Mark chuckled, his arm draped casually around Sophia's waist. "Babe, easy, but yeah, make it happen." Evelyn shifted her weight, her small suitcase feeling heavier by the second. She opened her mouth to suggest they take whatever was available, but Sophia whirled on her. "Not now, Evelyn. Stay out of it. You're just along for the ride, literally." Mark laughed again, louder this time, as if his wife's barb was the punchline to some inside joke. The concierge's eyes flickered to Evelyn with a mix of pity and recognition, but Evelyn shook her head subtly. "Not yet." Little did Sophia and Mark know, Evelyn wasn't just along for the ride, she owned the entire resort, and what she was about to uncover would shatter their fairy tale vacation and their lives forever. Evelyn had dreamed of this trip for years. At 68, with silver hair neatly pinned and a wardrobe of sensible sundresses, she didn't look like the powerhouse she'd become. After her husband died when Mark was just 10, she'd poured her grief into building something from nothing. Starting with a tiny motel near the Florida Turnpike, she'd clawed her way up, negotiating deals, flipping properties, and eventually acquiring Enchanted Horizons, a sprawling villa complex just 5 minutes from Disney World's gates. It boasted private pools, themed suites inspired by Disney classics, VIP park access, and even on-site character meet and greets. Evelyn had kept it all secret from her family. She wanted Mark to love her for her, not her fortune. But as she watched Sophia berate the staff, Evelyn wondered if that secrecy had been a mistake. The drive from Atlanta had been tortuous. Mark and Sophia chattered about thrill rides and gourmet dinners, barely acknowledging Evelyn in the back seat with their 2 kids, Lily 9 and Max 7. "Grandma, can we get ice cream?" Lily had asked once, but Sophia shut it down. "No sweets before dinner, Evelyn. Keep them quiet back there." Evelyn had smiled through it, reading stories to the grandkids and pointing out roadside attractions. But inside, a quiet ache grew. She hoped this week would bridge the gap 5 years into Mark and Sophia's marriage, and Sophia still treated her like an outsider. Arriving at the villa, the grand entrance with its fairy tale archway and twinkling lights filled Evelyn with pride. She'd personally overseen the renovations 2 years ago, adding hidden Mickeys in the architecture and a private shuttle fleet. But as they checked in, Sophia's demands escalated. "This isn't the suite I wanted," she huffed, scrolling through her phone. "It better have the park view and the infinity pool." The concierge, Maria, a loyal employee Evelyn had promoted herself, glanced at Evelyn again. Evelyn mouthed, "Handle it." Maria nodded imperceptibly and upgraded them to the top-tier villa, the one Evelyn reserved for VIPs. That first night, as Evelyn unpacked in her adjoining guest room, Sophia had insisted on the master suite. She heard whispers through the thin walls. "God, why did we bring her?" Sophia's voice, laced with venom. "She's like dead weight." Mark's reply, "Come on, Soph. She's family. Plus, free babysitting." Evelyn's heart clenched. Free babysitting? She'd paid for the entire trip anonymously through her company, but she pushed it down, telling herself it was just stress from the drive. The next morning dawned bright and magical, or so the brochures promised. Evelyn rose early, brewing coffee in the villa's gourmet kitchen. The kids bounded in, excited for Magic Kingdom. "Grandma, will we see Elsa?" Max asked, his eyes wide. Evelyn grinned. "Of course, sweetie. I know all the best spots." But Sophia swept in, flawless in her designer athleisure. "Evelyn, you'll stay with the kids at the villa today. Mark and I need some couple time at Epcot." Mark nodded, sipping his coffee. "Yeah, Mom. The kids can swim in the pool here. It's got that water slide they love." Evelyn blinked. "But I thought we'd all go together." Sophia rolled her eyes. "Family time, please. You're here to help." not hug the fun. Besides, at your age, the crowds would tire you out. The words stung like a slap. Evelyn was fitter than Sophia. New yoga classes and daily walks kept her spry. But she nodded, swallowing her pride. Okay, have fun. As Mark and Sophia left in the private shuttle, another perk Evelyn had arranged. She took the kids to the villa's splash pad. Lily and Max splashed happily, but Evelyn's mind wandered. Why the coldness? Sophia had always been distant, but this felt deliberate. That afternoon, while the kids napped, Evelyn wandered the resort grounds. She chatted with staff incognito, checking on operations. Everything was running smoothly. Her empire hummed like a well-oiled machine. But suspense began to build that evening. Returning to the villa, Evelyn found Mark and Sophia lounging by the private pool, cocktails in hand. "How was Epcot?" she asked politely. Sophia smirked. "Amazing. VIP lounge access worth every penny." Evelyn bit her tongue. She'd comped that too. Then, as she prepared dinner, Sophia had requested it. She overheard them on the patio. "Seriously, Mark, how long do we have to put up with this?" Sophia whispered. "Your mom's sweet, but she's draining our energy. And our wallet." Mark laughed softly. "Not our wallet, hers is empty anyway. Social Security barely covers her rent." Evelyn froze in the kitchen, knife hovering over a tomato. Her rent? She owned a waterfront condo in Miami worth millions. But the lie, did Mark really believe that? Or was he spreading it? The words echoed in her mind all night, planting seeds of doubt. Was this just banter or something sinister? Evelyn tossed in bed, replaying memories. Mark had been her everything after her husband's death. She'd worked 18-hour days to send him to college, never complaining. But since marrying Sophia, a 32-year-old marketing exec with a taste for luxury, he'd changed, deferential, almost spineless. Day 2 amplified the tension. Sophia announced they'd hit Hollywood studios, leaving Evelyn with the kids again. "Make sure they don't get sunburned," she ordered, tossing sunscreen at Evelyn like a servant. "And no junk food." As they departed, Max tugged Evelyn's hand. "Grandma, why don't Mommy and Daddy want you to come?" Evelyn forced a smile. "They're just busy, honey." But inside, anger simmered. She took the kids to the resort's mini golf course, a Disney-themed wonder she'd designed herself. They laughed, and for a moment, it felt real. But suspense crept in when Lily said innocently, "Mommy says you're poor, Grandma. Is that why you live with us sometimes?" Evelyn's breath caught. "No, sweetie. Grandma has her own home." Lily shrugged. "Mommy says you pretend to be rich to feel better." That night, after tucking the kids in, Evelyn slipped out for a walk. The resort glowed under the stars, fireworks from Disney bursting in the distance. She needed air, clarity. Passing the main pool bar, she heard familiar voices from a cabana. Mark and Sophia, supposedly at a late dinner, hiding behind a palm. She listened. "Once she's gone, we'll sell whatever scraps she has," Sophia said, clinking glasses with Mark. "Her tiny checks won't last forever." Mark's voice. "Yeah, and that nursing home? The cheapest one. No way we're footing the bill for her decline." Evelyn's blood ran cold. Decline? They were plotting her end, assuming she'd wither away poor and forgotten. But she wasn't poor, and she wasn't declining. The revelation hit like lightning. This wasn't neglect, it was calculated greed. Evelyn retreated to her room, heart pounding. How long had they seen her as a burden? Suspense built as she pieced it together. The ignored calls, the skipped holidays, the subtle digs. She owned assets worth over $50 million, including this resort. If they knew, would it change or make it worse? Day 3 dawned with forced normalcy. Sophia demanded Evelyn watch the kids for Animal Kingdom Day. "We'll be back late, fireworks show." Evelyn nodded, but her mind raced. She spent the day with Lily and Max at the resort's adventure playground, but every laugh felt shadowed. That afternoon, while the kids played, she called her assistant anonymously from a resort phone. "Prepare the VIP fireworks party for tomorrow night. Invite the usual Disney execs, local celebs, and calm the villa for my guests until then." Overhearing more that evening sealed it. In the villa's living room, as Evelyn pretended to read, Sophia whispered to Mark on the couch. "Her stories about business deals are delusional. Early dementia, probably. We'll get power of attorney soon. Lock her away before she blows what little she has." Mark. Smart. Then, the inheritance is ours clean. Evelyn's hands trembled on her book. Inheritance? They'd get nothing if she chose. The suspense peaked on day 4. Sophia planned a full Disney day, leaving Evelyn on duty. But Evelyn had her own plan. She took the kids to the parks herself using her owner perks for front-of-line access. Lily and Max's eyes lit up meeting characters. "This is the best day ever, Grandma," Max squealed. Evelyn savored it, knowing it might be the last pure moment. That night, back at the villa, Mark and Sophia returned exhausted but giddy. "Tomorrow's our big day, Magic Kingdom VIP," Sophia boasted. Evelyn smiled thinly. "Sounds wonderful." The final day arrived like a storm brewing. Mark and Sophia headed out early, barking orders. "Kids, stay put. We'll call if we need you." Evelyn waited until they were gone, then transformed. She donned her best dress, a elegant black number, and met with Maria at the front desk. "It's time," she said. Maria grinned. "Everything's set, Mrs. Carter." As evening fell, the resort's private fireworks viewing area came alive. Twinkling lights, a buffet of gourmet treats, Disney characters mingling, Elsa, Mickey, the works. Evelyn had invited VIPs, park executives she'd partnered with, local influencers, even a few celebrities vacationing nearby. Mark and Sophia arrived late, puzzled by the crowd. "What's all this?" Sophia asked, grabbing a champagne flute. "Some event we crashed?" Mark shrugged. "Free booze score." Evelyn watched from the shadows, heart racing. Suspense hung thick as guests mingled. Then, as fireworks lit the sky, she stepped onto the small stage, microphone in hand. "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us at Enchanted Horizons." Murmurs rippled. Sophia whispered to Mark, "Who's that old lady hosting?" Evelyn continued, voice steady. "I'm Evelyn Carter, owner of this resort and its chain across Florida." Gasps. VIPs applauded. They knew her. Mark's face paled. Sophia choked on her drink. "But tonight," Evelyn said, eyes locking on her son, "is special. You see, I've kept my success secret from my family. They thought I was poor or delusional, a burden to babysit." She paused, letting it sink in. "I overheard plans for my decline, cheap nursing homes, seizing inheritance," Sophia stammered. "Evelyn, what?" But Evelyn cut her off. "Effective immediately. Your VIP perks are revoked. Park tickets? Cancelled. Fast passes? Gone. And this villa? You're moving to a standard motel off-site tonight." Security appeared, escorting a stunned Mark and Sophia away amid whispers and phone cameras flashing. The kids, wide-eyed, ran to Evelyn. "Grandma owns this?" Lily asked. Evelyn knelt. "Yes, and more. You'll always be welcome with me." As fireworks exploded overhead, Evelyn felt free. The betrayal hurt, but the reveal healed. Mark called later, begging forgiveness, but Evelyn hung up. Her empire was hers, and now, so was her peace.